Inflation, recession, market instability, food prices, fuel prices, rising interest rates. This is the news we're hearing every day now, and if you're like most people, you're probably feeling a little freaked out about everything that's going on, and you know what? That's totally normal, and it might have you wondering what it all means for our local real estate market, particularly if you're considering buying or selling. Hi, I'm Greg Davis with Greg Davis Real Estate, powered by Vanguard Realty Alliance LLC, and since we're officially halfway through 2022, I wanted to switch things up a little bit this month and share my mid-year report to give you some insight. One thing that I need you to understand is that real estate is hyper-local, and the fact that Chester County and Delaware County both are ranked in the top 5 wealthiest counties in Pennsylvania acts to create a market that's different than the overall national market. So what happened in Westchester, Kennett, Downingtown, and Unionville-Chadds area school districts in the first half of the year? Before we start, it's important to note that I've excluded new construction from the data I'm about to show you. Now, I did that because I find that it skews things like median prices and days on the market in particular, so we're only going to look at the numbers on existing housing stock. That's the primary segment of our market, and there's still a shortage of new construction in our area anyway. So let's start by looking at closed sales. As this graph shows, we started the year with 146 sales in the month of January, dipped slightly in February, then steadily increased through June, effectively doubling the number of homes sold from 146 in January to 298 in June. Now, looking at this, you would think that things are loosening up and that there's more inventory, right? Well, that's partially true. There's definitely more homes coming on the market. However, we need to look at inventory and other factors to see what's really going on. In this graph, we see the median number of days a home is on the market before going under contract and the supply of inventory. If you look at the red line, you can see that the number of days on market has remained steady at 5 to 6 days, so buyers are still snapping up any available homes quickly. The blue line on the graph indicates inventory, and as you can see, although there's more homes available and sold, we still have less than 2 months of inventory, and just for comparison's sake, anything less than 6 months of inventory is considered a seller's market. Next, let's take a look at this graph showing the median list price versus the median sales price for homes sold in our market area for the first half of the year. The first thing to note here, and with the exception of May, is that list price, which is the blue line on this graph, have continued to trend upwards and took a steep jump up from May to June. The red line on the graph shows the median sales price of those homes, and there's some interesting things to point out here as well. My feel is that the slight dip in list price in May is related to seller fears, and likely some fears from the agents those sellers selected to represent them, about how the market was going to react to the mortgage rate increases in April. Interestingly enough though, despite the dip in list prices, the gap between list price and sales price continued to widen in May, probably due to buyers' fears that increasing rates might impact their purchasing power and that made buyers more aggressive in their offers. Between May and June, we saw a steep increase in both list price and sales price, again likely driven by concerns around increasing interest rates. What's really astounding is that the median list price has increased by slightly over 20% from January to June, and the median sales price has increased by 25% so far this year, which brings us to the final graph, median list price versus median sales price. On this graph, you'll see some minor fluctuation, but suffice it to say that overall, buyers are still paying a significant amount over list price for good quality homes. So what does it all mean? Well, here in Westchester, Kennett, Downingtown, and Unionville-Chadds area school districts, we still have relatively low inventory and we still have relatively strong buyer demand. However, I am beginning to see homes sit on the market a few days longer before an offer comes in. I'm also seeing a few more homes with price decreases as they react to the longer days on market, but I'm also still seeing homes with multiple offers. The only difference being is that now maybe it's 5 offers at once instead of 20. Despite all this, and as I've just shown you, home prices are continuing to creep up locally. Now is absolutely still a good time to sell because interest rates are expected to continue to go up and will continue to create a shift in the marketplace, but I don't anticipate anything catastrophic. If you're thinking of selling, now's a good time. Interest rates are forecasted to continue to increase, so buyers have less buying power and they'll have to purchase a home that's less expensive to make up for the difference to stay within their monthly payment that they qualify for. Deciding to sell is a big decision, and you're probably going to have a lot of questions, and you're looking for someone you can trust and rely on to stand with you and guide you through the whole process. If you're thinking about buying, you're probably having similar concerns, and feeling that way is totally normal, and there's a lot of other buyers and sellers that are out there feeling the exact same way. Just give me a call and we'll set up a time to sit down and have a no-pressure strategy session to address all your concerns and to review some of your options together. I'm Greg Davis, your personal compass, guiding you to that special place you'll want to call home, and I look forward to guiding you through your selling and buying journey. I love where I live and I want you to love it too.